Good afternoon, class. My name is Miss Sonia, and today we will be working on math. We're going to be focusing more on addition and subtraction for the grade levels of kindergarten and first grade. So it's not going to be hard math. It's going to be very simple, but it's going to be something that's going to be our stepping stone for later on in the years. Okay? So the activity that we're going to be focusing on is called Popsicle Math. It is just what it sounds like. We're going to be using popsicle sticks to do math. So before we get all up into our activity that we're going to be doing together, we have been working on ordering numbers 1 through 20, and I want us to refresh our memory of those because we're going to be using all of those numbers in this activity. So if you will please take a moment, and you can either say these numbers out loud with me, or you can count them in your head, or however it is you want to do it. I'm going to be counting them out loud, and we're going to be saying numbers 1 through 20. That way we can all kind of get a refresher and get us all in the same mind, okay? So let's start with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. Very good. Okay, so each of you will be receiving 23 popsicle sticks. They should be on your desk, and y'all will have, I believe, some crayons also on your desk. So what we're going to do, which I have already took the liberty of doing it ahead, that way it won't take too much time in this lesson, but each of you will write numbers 1 through 20 on each of your popsicle sticks vertically. I know they're kind of thin, but these are the ones that I got, so this is what we're going to work with, okay? So you're going to do numbers 1 through 20 on the first 20 popsicle sticks. And I know I told you we were going to get 23 popsicle sticks, and you do have 23 popsicle sticks. You may wonder, what are the other 3 used for? Well, they're going to be for our addition, which would be our plus sign. We are going to get our subtraction in also, so we're going to have a minus sign. And of course, if we want to have an equation, if we want to have an answer, we have to have our equal sign, which will give us an answer. Okay? So we're going to start off with something pretty simple. It's going to be kind of a no-brainer, but hey, it's a refresher and everyone needs that. So we're going to start with 1, number 1. Pull out your number 1, and we're going to do addition first, okay? 1 plus, okay, and then we're going to do number 2. 2. Okay, once we have that, what do we need now? Yes, you're correct. We're going to need our equals to get our problem. So, what is 1 plus 2 equal? You are correct. 3. See? 1 plus 1 plus another 1, which would be 2, equal 3. You are correct. Okay, I can even write it down for you. Let me write it down real quick. And so it will be 1 plus 2 equals 3. So this is how it will look on a piece of paper. As you see, it's 1 plus 2 equals 3. Which, if even that's not very good for you to be able to understand, and you've already tried the fingers and it's still not sticking, you can do dots. So let's do 1 dot, and we're going to keep our plus, okay? We're going to do 2 more dots. So if you have 1 dot, and then you add, okay, adding, we're not taking away, we are getting. We are getting 2 more dots. You will equal to, you will then have 3 dots. And let me draw them for you, okay? So it is, for example, Sally had 1 cookie and her mom gave her, as in added, did not take away, 2 more cookies. She will then have 3 cookies. Sally will then have 3 cookies if her mom gives her 2 more. Okay, so that's a simple addition problem, which, depending on your level and how confident you are and how confident you are that your students will understand, you can continue on with doing 3, do you see, plus, let me get my plus sign here, 4. Okay, what is 3 plus 4 equal? Okay, so 3 plus 4 equals 7. And how did we find that out? Well, simple. We can do it by fingers again. If the popsicle sticks are not working for you, they are good for, you know, having something hands-on. Some of us need that. I know I do. So the popsicle sticks help a lot for me. Sometimes not just thinking about it, that doesn't really help. But if I do hands-on, or I can do I can always use my fingers. So let's do 3 plus 4. Okay, 1, 2, 3. But I got 4 more, so let's add 1, 2, 3, 4. So if we count that, and that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We will end up with 7 as our answer, and we can do it once again on a piece of paper, which is provided for you on your table. And let me write it down. So our question was, you have 3, our problem was, plus, so you add, you do not take away, adding is getting, you are receiving. 4 equals 7. Okay, I've written it down. I know you can't see it yet, so let me pull it up so you can see. Okay, so we have 3, which we could do it in another word problem. Okay, Mike has 3 video games. Okay, if you like video games, let's do video games. Or if you like marbles, whatever thing that you like, if you like boats, whatever you want to put there so you can remember. Mike has, you have, Miss Sonia has 3 rings, 3 lollipops, and she adds, she is given, or she gets 4 more rings or lollipops. She will end up with 7 as her total. And we can do it again with the dots, just to make sure that we have it correct. So we have 1, 2, 3 lollipops, 3 rings, 3 video games. And you're adding, you're not taking away, you are receiving, as I said. 4 more, so let's do my dots, my rings, my lollipops, my video games. So then I will end up, if we add them, I will point at them and we can count them together. Ready? 1, 2, 3, plus 1, 2, 3, 4. And we will end up with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And just to double check that we are not miscalculating, we can count them again. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, let's make sure we have the same thing on this side. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Very good. Okay, so we've done a little bit of addition, we've done a simple problem, and we've done a little bit harder problem. And as I said, these popsicle sticks go all the way to number 20. Like you've been instructed, I know it's hard to see, to do up to number 20, because those are the numbers that we're focusing on right now. If it's too much of a challenge, I would stop at 10 first, get the first 10 or get the first 5 going, and once you get those going, add to it. Make it a little bit more complicated, make it a little bit more challenging. Challenge your students. You never want to just stop there. Okay, so we've already done some addition, so let's work on some subtraction, okay? So we are no longer going to use our addition. It's still there if we need it, if we want to use it. But now we're going to use our subtraction. Okay, so let's do simple. Again, let's do backwards. Okay, so we have 3 minus 2 equals, let's keep our equal sign here, 1. How do we know it's 1? Well, let's look. Let's do our fingers again to double check ourselves. We do have our popsicle sticks, but like I said, some of us need more hands-on. Okay, ready? So we have 3. We are given 3, but 2 are taken away. So you have 3, 2 are taken away, so you end up with 1. We have 1 finger holding up, so that is our answer. And if we're still not sure, we can always write it down. Who says we cannot double or triple check anything? It's always good to double check, triple check if we want to, if we're still not confident that we have the correct answer. So let me write this down. So it's going to be 3 minus 2 equals 1. Okay? Well, you'll be like, Miss Sonia, this is simple. Yes, it is, but we need to start with our simple stuff before we can get to our more complex things. Okay, so we have 3 minus 2 equals 1. Okay, we can do it in a form of a problem or a question. Okay, let's try. David had 3 marbles. 3. But his friend Tommy did not have any. So David decided to give his friend Tommy 2 of his 3 marbles that were his. So how many marbles does David have left? Well, if David had 3, remember, and he gave 2 to his friend Tommy, he will end up with only 1. David will be left with 1 because he is taken away. He is not receiving any. He is giving away marbles. Okay, so let's do it for our marbles. Let's draw some marbles. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. These are David's 3 marbles that he currently has. His friend Tommy has 0. 0 as in meaning none. Well, David wants to share his marbles, so he decides to give Tommy 2. So he decides to give. He's giving away, so he's taking away from his original 3 marbles. So he's going to give 2 away to Tommy, because Tommy has none. And he will end up, David will. We're talking about David, okay? David will end up with 1 marble. Okay? And just to make sure, let's count them, okay? So we have 3 marbles that David originally had. His friend Tommy had 0, as in none. Well, David wanted to share his marbles, so he decided to give 2, aka here, 2 marbles to his friend Tommy. So he had 3. He takes away 2. He will end up with 1 marble. Okay? So that is an example for a subtraction equation. Okay, and like I said, you can continue doing this. These popsicle sticks are for the students to take home so that they can use and they can practice for their math. Okay, and even if you wanted to be more complex and make it more interesting for the students, you can have a timer and you can give them a certain amount of time to write as many problems as they can down on a piece of paper, like just a normal piece of notebook paper, just like what I used. It's all very different, but these popsicle sticks will be going home with them, and parents are more than welcome and encouraged, of course, to work with their students, with their children at home so that they can grasp the addition and subtraction in a faster form than otherwise with no help. So I hope this video has been helpful. I hope it has brought some understanding on how to do math problems with addition and subtraction, simple problems for a first grader, maybe for a kindergartner, a first grader, and maybe a second grader if they have not already learned it. It's a fun way on the road. You can practice math on the road when you're in your car, when you're not doing anything. You can turn off the TV for a little bit and bring out these popsicle sticks and have a game. You know, work together with your children and hopefully they will be able to learn. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this. This is a mini lesson with Miss Sonia, and I hope it's beneficial to you. Have a great day. Bye.